Vietnamese billionaire sentenced to death for massive fraud. You can share an article by clicking on the share icons at the top right of it. The total or partial reproduction of an article, without the prior written authorization of the MUND, is strictly forbidden. In Ho Chi Minh City, the trial of the century, in which over 80 defendants have been on the stand since early March for a range of crimes linked to money fraud, ended with a spectacular verdict. 67-year-old Trong My Lan, the wealthy real estate boss at the heart of a massive fraud scheme, was sentenced to death on Thursday, April 11 for embezzlement, as well as corruption and violation of banking rules. The Chinese-born Saigonese woman headed a private real estate group, Van Thin Phat, associated with the most prestigious hotel and office tower projects in the city. Ho Chi Minh City has a reputation of being more liberal, but is closely watched by the capital Hanoi, the heart of communist power. Trong, who has appealed her verdict, is accused of having financed her business by dipping into the coffers of Saigon Commercial Bank (SCB), a private bank which granted illegal loans to shell companies, in defiance of management rules. Her arrest in October 2022 caused a banking panic, and SCB was placed under the control of the central bank. The sums involved are astronomical. The embezzlement involves the equivalent of 11.6 billion euros, or almost 3% of the country's GDP. The judges have ordered Trong to repay 25 billion euros. All her assets will be subject to liquidation proceedings. She is also expected to appear in another lawsuit, brought on behalf of the 42,000 clients who invested in fraudulent financial products offered by SCB. Other defendants include her husband, Hong Kong tycoon Eric Chu Nap Ky, sentenced to 9 years in prison, and a Central Bank of Vietnam inspector sentenced to life imprisonment for pocketing the equivalent of 4.8 million euros in kickbacks. The court criticized the auditing giants for failing to identify the fraudulent system behind Van Thin Phat's real estate empire.